could you take us down to a kind of a more personal level and tell us about, for example, a family or a farmer or someone in a vulnerable group who has been impacted by one of those projects and who stands out for you, what their circumstances are? Does anyone come to mind?
Yes, we've got several farmers actually that can attest and can provide testimonies to the good work that we've been doing on the ground. Particularly under Preserve 2, I'll mention the name of I've forgotten the name of this farmer. She's the lead farmer. She's also a seed grower at the same time.
Okay.
She's at the time we engaged her as a project. She's coming from a family of about I think there are about 7 in the family, and she must be, if my memory serves me right, she should be the last born. When you go on our website, actually she's the one who is addressing the fellow farmers on
Okay.
when you go on our website. So that farmer is a seed grower, and at the time we engaged her, she had nothing, like literally nothing. She was living in a hut, in a makeshift hut. But this time around, she started. She joined as a seed grower. She's been in the seed growing business for about 2 to 3 years, and through that initiative, because the seed growing initiative, like I mentioned, we are working with a statutory board which we call Seed Control and Certification Institute, which is mandated to look at the affairs of the seed system in the country. So those are the people that actually we engaged. They trained them, and when they produce seed, they are given certificate. Through those certificates, they're able to sell to different markets, including seed companies. They can go and buy the seed, which they will in turn package and resell at a higher fee. But the good part about the seed system is that the produce is sold as seed and not as commercial grain, and the markup for the seed is quite substantial, such that these farmers actually they've been making substantial profits. So from the profits that she gained, she's been able actually to multiply her livestock production. She's been able, this time as I speak, she's built a house. I think it's about from a hut, a simple hut. She's built a house, which is roofed, and I think it's about 5-roomed house with modern roofing sheets. That is iron sheets. And in terms of the livestock production, she's got several chickens. She's got several several goats. So those are some of the interventions that she's engaged from the profits that she's from the benefits that she's gotten from the from the project. So we can see some improvement actually, and there are several such women and men that can that have similar testimonies on the project.
Yes, well, that's great, and it's so nice to. You can see your eyes smiling as you tell the story about her. So that's great. And we will look at some of the photos at the end of this video so our audience can see some of the work happening on the ground. Okay, Eric, so if we're just to move on and think a little bit about our audience that are gathered here with myself and Kate, my colleague at ChangeMakers this evening, we have gathered online the community of volunteers who care about their locality and the world. And, why is it in your experience with Self-Help Africa, why is it crucial that we connect local issues to global issues in today's world? Why is that connecting the dots, joining the dots so important?
Yeah, thank you very much, Amira. When you look at, these issues around the world at local level and at global level, there's some kind of they're interconnected. So what I mean is that, there are certain local issues that you can actually relate to the global sphere. Some local issues actually they tend to affect or they have global consequences, and the global issues often have local implications. I'll give an example of the current trend in climate change. You know, the climate change and pandemics, as an example, are global issues that can directly affect local communities. Recently, I think we are just coming from the COVID, which was a global issue, but at community level, it also had some, serious impacts. So there's that interconnection between the global and the local issues. So, and when you look at these local issues, they will connect to the global context, and it becomes evident that individuals and communities must take responsibility for their actions. And by so doing, actually, they can contribute to a larger global cause. And when it comes to policy issues, at local level, we've got, at national level, we've got what we call policymakers. So connecting local issues to the global level allows policymakers to consider, multiple perspectives and global trends and natural or rather mutual dependencies. So policymakers can, in turn, develop more effective policies and regulations that account for their global and local impacts. That's how I can relate that question.
Yeah, I like what you said there about taking responsibility, and then that acknowledgement of the role of policymakers, but also for us as active citizens to remember to influence policy. Thank you for that. So as we finish up, Eric, again, thinking of, I suppose your peers here in Donegal in the northwest of Ireland, the members of our Seeds of Change community, what would your message be to them to encourage them and to tell them to keep doing their sustainability and change projects? What would you like to say to them to encourage them?
Yeah, it's exciting to know that actually there are a lot of people out there that are willing to work for the good, for the common cause of, our communities. I just want to encourage them to continue to push forward. I know there are challenges along their, along their endeavors, and I want to recognize their compassion and their compassion and their developmental efforts which they are doing. Those they've got the ability to touch many lives and create a ripple effect of positivity on our communities. So their passion and their resilience are what makes them a valuable member of our global community. So I just want to thank them for their commitment to a betterment of our community and the global community at large.